The Lion Guard was once the elite team entrusted with protecting the Pride Lands, led by Kion, the son of Simba. However, when we reach the Lion King the Sabatel, Simba's pride, the Lion Guard is nowhere to be found. What happened to them? Did they abandon their duty? Or was their disappearance part of a deeper, more tragic truth? Today, we uncover the hidden story behind the fate of Kion and his team and reveal the secrets that the films never told us. The Lion Guard was formed to protect the circle of life, a responsibility passed down through generations. The leader of the Lion Guard was granted the Roar of the Elders, a mystical ability allowing them to summon the voices of past lions for immense power. Kion, the second-born of Simba and Nala, was chosen as its leader. He assembled a team unlike any before: Bunga, Beshte, Fuli, and Ono, each bringing their own unique strengths to the group. But if they were such an essential force in protecting the Pride Lands, why do they completely vanish by the time the Lion King II takes place? Could their disappearance have been planned, or did something terrible happen to them? Simba, though wise, was known to be cautious and at times hesitant to embrace change. The Lion Guard, under Kion's leadership, was different from previous generations, as it included members who weren't lions. This was controversial because traditionally, the Lion Guard was composed entirely of lions. In previous generations, the Pride had always upheld the belief that lions alone were fit to lead and protect, reinforcing the idea that strength and leadership were hereditary traits passed down exclusively through the royal bloodline. This break from tradition may have stirred unease among the elders of the Pride Lands. Some lions, perhaps even members of Simba's inner circle, might have questioned Kion's decision to include outsiders such as a cheetah, a hippo, an egret, and a honey badger. Did this symbolize a weakening of the Guard's authority in their eyes? Could some have even believed that Kion's choices would ultimately make the kingdom vulnerable to threats? As Kion grew older, it is likely that this tension created a rift between him and Simba. Despite his father's love and trust, Simba had always been bound by the laws and expectations of previous rulers. The idea of a lion guard that was not exclusively composed of lions might have felt like an unnecessary gamble to him. If the guard's unconventional structure led to any perceived failures, it's possible that Simba has begun to doubt its effectiveness altogether. This internal strife may have led to a moment where Kion had to make a critical decision: either continue to defend his choices or find a new path that allowed him to lead in his own way. Could it be that this ideological divide was the very thing that led Kion to question his future in the Pride Lands? Did he see his father's resistance as a sign that the kingdom was not yet ready to embrace the changes he had envisioned? And if so, what did this mean for the future of the Lion Guard and his team? One of the most significant moments in the Lion Guard series is when Kion is injured by Ushari, a venomous snake. The bite leaves him scarred and struggling with darkness, much like Scar before him. This injury does more than just wound him physically. It causes him to question himself, his leadership, and even the roar of the elders. Many fans believe that this event was the beginning of the end for the Lion Guard. Kion, now battling his own inner demons, may have made decisions that led to the team's separation. Did he fear that, like Scar, he was destined for darkness? Did he push his friends away, believing they would be safer without him? If so, this could explain why the Lion Guard no longer exists in The Lion King 2. In an attempt to heal, Kion embarks on a journey to the Tree of Life with the Lion Guard. This sacred place is home to mystical healers who could help him regain his strength and control over the roar. Along the way, the Guard faces trials that test their unity, strength, and purpose. By the time they reach the Tree of Life, Kion meets Queen Janna, the ruler of this sacred place. She offers him guidance, and Kion eventually decides to stay and lead the Tree of Life alongside Rani, a lioness he falls in love with. But what does this mean for the Lion Guard? Without Kion, could they have continued their mission? Or was this the moment they truly disbanded? With Kion staying behind, the Lion Guard's fate becomes uncertain. Did his friends return to the Pride Lands without him? They chose new paths. Without Kion's leadership, each member may have decided to follow their own journey. Fuli could have continued as a free-spirited speedster, roaming the Pride Lands and beyond, helping animals in distress on her own terms. Beshte, with his immense strength, may have taken on a role as a guardian of the watering holes, ensuring that rival predators did not monopolize this essential resource. Ono, having lost part of his vision, may have taken a more advisory role, using his intelligence and keen observation skills to guide the next generation of protectors. Simba disbanded the Lion Guard. With Kion choosing to stay away, Perhaps Simba no longer saw a need for the guard and returned to older traditions where the king alone ruled over protection. Without Kion's leadership, Simba may have felt that no successor was strong enough to uphold the guard's responsibilities, leading him to dissolve it entirely. Given Simba's traditional mindset, he may have felt that delegating power to a separate group outside the royal family was too risky, especially after Scar's past betrayal. The guard never truly disappeared. It's possible that they continued their duties in secret or operated in different parts of the Pride Lands, but their story simply wasn't told in The Lion King 2. They may have taken on a more discreet role, preventing conflicts before they escalated rather than engaging in large, visible battles. This would explain why they are never explicitly mentioned in The Lion King 2, as their work may have shifted towards a more strategic, behind-the-scenes form of protection rather than direct intervention. Another possibility is that the Lion Guard transformed into a different kind of institution. Perhaps, rather than a centralized group led by a single lion, they evolved into a network of guardians spread across different regions, each looking after their own domain, while still maintaining a connection to the Pride Lands. If so, their influence may still be felt, even if they are no longer a singular, well-known force. Ultimately, the Lion Guard's dissolution remains a mystery, but the clues left behind suggest that their disappearance was not due to failure, but rather a shift in priorities and leadership. Whether they disbanded, evolved, or continued in secret, their legacy undoubtedly shaped the future of the Pride Lands. But did this make the Pride Lands weaker? Without an elite team of defenders, Simba and the kingdom would have had to rely solely on the royal family and the lionesses for protection. This could explain why, in The Lion King 2, there is a greater focus on political alliances rather than brute strength. Kiara and Kovu's union was a way to maintain peace rather than fight constant battles, a stark contrast to the time when the Lion Guard actively intervened in threats. Kion may have left the Pride Lands, but that doesn't mean his influence disappeared entirely. By staying at the Tree of Life, he created a new form of leadership, proving that protecting others doesn't always mean staying in one place. His decision also draws an interesting parallel to Simba's own journey. Just like Simba left the Pride Lands to find himself before returning as king, Kion too had to leave to understand his true destiny. But unlike Simba, Kion never returned. His journey was one of self-discovery, love, and change. The disappearance of the Lion Guard was not a simple matter of being forgotten. It was a complex series of events shaped by personal struggles, royal traditions, and the inevitable passage of time. Kion's leadership, initially strong, was gradually tested by his internal struggles, the influence of the roar, and the expectations placed upon him by his lineage. His journey to the Tree of Life was not just about healing his physical wound, but also about finding clarity on his true purpose, which ultimately led him away from the Pride Lands. Simba's hesitation to embrace change also played a significant role in their disbandment. The lack of direct leadership after Kion's departure may have led Simba to believe that the Guard could not function without him, ultimately dissolving its existence. Additionally, the shifting needs of the Pride Lands may have influenced the fate of the Lion Guard. By the time The Lion King II takes place, the emphasis is no longer on direct defense, but on diplomacy and unity, as demonstrated by Kiara and Kovu's storyline. The disappearance of the Guard may reflect this shift in strategy, from active intervention to political alliances as a means of ensuring long-term peace. While The Lion King II never directly addresses their fate, the clues scattered throughout the Lion Guard series suggest that their disbandment was not necessarily a failure, but an evolution of their purpose. Whether the Guard continued in secret, evolved into a new form of protection, or was completely dissolved remains a mystery. But their impact on the Pride Lands is undeniable. So, what do you think? Was the Lion Guard truly gone forever, or did they find new ways to protect the Circle of Life? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the Lion King universe. End.